Hello.
Hey, it's
Hello.
Tiffany.
That's right. It's Tasha. That's right.
We're sitting out in a garage and we just thought we'd have a little chat with you guys today.
So yesterday after we did our video, I don't know what Tiff did. I think I do know. But I sat and watched it over and over, critiquing every part of my body.
Same here.
Yeah, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, why do I feel so pretty all day looking in the mirror, smiling? And then I'm watching this video and I'm like, what is wrong with my arm? And then I was looking and I'm like, look, you can see one of my eyes, this one, dips more than this one. And so then I was looking in the mirror last night and I'm like, why does it do that? Look, even that eyebrow right here is more excited than the other eyebrow.
Right.
Look at it. Why is it like that?
You're making me want to stretch my face out. Oh.
I know. So then I was like, this mole, let me tell you a funny story.
Okay.
So I went and volunteered at Naomi's school on my birthday because that's what I wanted to do on my birthday. And this kid was like, what is that on your face?
Oh, no.
And I said, what are you talking about? And he goes, you have a giant zit.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. And then later he was like, I like your mole.
Oh.
But look at that eyebrow. It's always excited.
Did you name it?
No, I have not.
Well,
It's
if you
just
guys
always
think
been there.
We should name it. Let's put some comments in there.
Oh, when I was a kid, I used to accidentally rip it off because we lived in this trailer park and I would always fall and hit it on the trailer hitch.
Oh,
And it would
jeez.
rip off.
But then it just kept growing back.
Yeah, but I feel like it's okay. Like the one right there on my lip, I kind of like too, but.
Yeah, I don't want to critique. Ugh.
Do you guys think that you look different on camera? Because I'm like, I don't see all those chins on a regular basis.
I didn't realize I was so pudgy.
Yeah, I'm like, do I always look tired? I'm confused. Remember I used to go to work and people were like, good morning, you look tired today. And I would get frustrated because I'm like, I feel amazing. You
Hey,
look
that just
tired.
happened today for me.
Really? Don't tell people they look tired. Because it
Please
means
don't.
you look like crap, but you might come around.
Like, say something like, you look good today.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't,
Yeah.
that's going to give them a boost to try and feel good today.
Yeah. I was thinking about when I feel my best, and it's when there's two times that I absolutely feel my best. Number one, when I'm fishing in shorts and a tank top, and I'm covered in dirt and liver and chicken livers and all the things, and I've caught a bunch of fish, and I'm sweaty and I'm hot, but I feel, even when I stink, like sweat and all the things,
Even when you're taking
I
this
feel-
catfish and smacking
yeah.
your head on a rock.
I feel like Superwoman, like the most amazing. I mean, I could just live feeling like that. The other time that I feel my best is when I'm sitting in front of people who are struggling and I'm trying to help them, or just be a sounding board. I feel my best. Like, I feel like, I think it's because those are the two times where I feel the most genuine.
Right. And that's like, and again, too, when I am struggling with MS, I'll believe it or not, helping people is when I absolutely feel the best. I have a friend, Joe. He's my best friend. Shout out, Joe.
Joe!
Yeah. And he's been dealing with stage 3 lung cancer.
Jeez.
And he's gotten through it. And I tell you what, for the shit that I've been through, watching that man, my best friend, go through chemo and radiation and all those scares, I've never seen someone so optimistic and even inspiring me. But I try to go over there at least once a week and help him clean or do anything I can, but sometimes life gets in the way and I can't. But when I do go over there, that's absolutely when I'm feeling my best.
When you're helping?
When I'm helping.
Yeah, me too.
But he helps me too.
Yeah, it's
Oh
cool.
man, it's amazing.
I feel really grateful because I've never, ever questioned what I wanted to do in life. And I watch a lot of people say, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. And my career path, like, I always knew that I wanted to be of service. And I think that something that really helped me with that was all the different struggles I went through in life. I felt like I had some kind of resilience. Like, I could always find a way to see the silver lining.
Yeah. We all have our days when we feel like there isn't any silver lining, but I'm the same way with all the trials that I've gone through and still dealing with on a day by minute basis. It definitely, I always see a silver lining because first off, I have an amazing child, and I look at her and be like, that's my silver lining no matter what.
Yeah. I was thinking yesterday too about, my oldest daughter gets upset. Well, I've watched her because she's graduated now, but people used to kind of, well, they did bully her. They would rub food in her hair and tell her she was ugly.
Oh.
And every day I felt like I was sending my kid out to have her self-esteem like beaten down just to come home and try to boost it up again. And it was exhausting. And then now Naomi's starting to deal with that in kindergarten. Like she'll come home and say, someone called me mean or called me stupid or told me I was a baby. And it's hard because like the first thing I want to do is like rip him out of school and homeschool him, like protect him.
Self-image, man.
Yeah, I think as people, like, we're constantly under attack. But the other thing is, though, yesterday I was thinking about the greatest compliments I've ever received, and there was two. And I think the reason that they felt so great is because I also knew they were true, I guess.
Oh, wow.
So last year I was out with a friend, and we went to some concert thing that was wild and fun. But on the way there, he was like, I really love your spirit.
Oh.
And
that's a good compliment.
it was like my favorite. And
Yeah.
because one of the things is, we can talk positively about ourselves. I mean, and even God wants us to talk positively about ourselves. We don't need to go around feeling bad about ourselves or constantly talking about our faults, and I love my spirit. Like I love loving what I love, and I post that all the time, but it's like I really do love loving what I love, and that's kind of like my motto in life, because I love that I love slime. I love that I love fishing. I love that I'm 38 years old and still can't sleep the night before Christmas and Easter. Like I'm so flippin' excited,
Same here.
Yeah, and I love how I show my excitement, like I love that I'm completely comfortable with my personality. The other greatest compliment I ever got was from my dad. My great grandma Sparks. I don't know how much you knew her.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, so it's my great grandma Sparks on my paternal side, and I loved her. And I think Tiff and I used to go over when we were teenagers and play cards with her.
Oh, she loved playing cards.
But I loved my grandma, and I don't know if you know this, but for those of you who have ever been to Mulligan's Bar, have you ever been to Mulligan's?
Yeah.
So above Mulligan's, there's a sign that says the Olympic Hotel.
Uh-huh.
And Grandma used to own that.
Here in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah. Grandma Sparks used to own that.
Wow.
And what she did.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Why? And we're, getting back in this groove, and we're going to learn more and more about each other.
Yeah. So Grandma Sparks owned that. And she never really made any money off of it. So what she did is she let addicts come and live there.
Wow.
And they could pay what they could. And this was like way back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. But she would let people come live there, and these addicts, and try to help them get clean.
That's amazing.
And she cooked for them every day, and they just paid what they could. And anyways, the compliment that I got was from my dad, who I love dearly, and he said one day on the phone while he was crying that I remind him of Grandma Sparks.
Wow.
And
that's a beautiful compliment.
It was, because Grandma Sparks was just like, her whole life was about being of service to people. And so anyways, what are some great compliments you got?
I've gotten a lot of great compliments. I just, on the spot right now, I actually been trying to think about that, but my family is always there to compliment me. Probably one of my favorite compliments is that I'm strong and that I'm brave. Because with those words, I listen to them every single day, and I tell myself I'm strong and I'm brave, so I can get through each day. Because life compounds, like we talk about, and that's why we're here, just to kind of talk and see, if anyone else wants to share any of their self-image stories, and join us for our journey, because we're going to share a lot. But as far as my great compliments that I've gotten, my greatest compliment is probably when my daughter compliments me on anything. That's always my favorite compliment. But I love you.
I love you too.
And you're beautiful. And you're all beautiful.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I always try to tell Sinead when people say things that hurt her is, if it doesn't feel good or it makes you angry, I personally believe it's because it doesn't line up with the value of what you think of yourself.
Yeah.
And people will say, well, it hurts you because you think it's true and you know it's true. And I just don't believe that, because I get upset when people tell me things about myself that aren't true. It hurts, especially especially when it's like from a partner.
Oh, goodness.
If you're dating someone and they're like, you're selfish, but you know that you're like giving everything you can, or they tell you you're not trying, or I mean, I don't know, just it's like, it's because it's not who you are. That's why it pisses you off. That's what I think.
Yeah. Oh man, that's true. Because then when people say that, you question yourself. And you shouldn't have to question yourself, especially from a partner. You should be able to, they should have words of love from your partner. And so even if they tell you, like, complain to you about something, or to call you something that you actually are, it should have been said in love.
Well, or if you're trying to make changes and you're vulnerable with a partner, and then they use that as ammo, so to speak.
Well,
right?
Because you're vulnerable with someone that you love, like a partner, and you tell them your deepest fears. You tell them about flaws that you have, and if they're gonna disrespect you, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but if they're gonna disrespect you and bring those out.
Well, even like say you have a best friend and you're spending time with them, and maybe you're like, I don't know, like maybe you're like, I'm trying to quit smoking, and then a couple weeks later they're like, well, you waste all your money on cigarettes. You know, it's kind of like, you already know that. Like, you already are like, we're our own worst critics. So
We really are.
So when we highlight things about each other that we already know that we're working on, like, it's just not necessary.
I know. So I'm gonna challenge you guys today and try not to say anything harmful to anyone today, and get some of those good, loving compliments out there.
Yeah, and don't say anything negative to yourself.
Oh, and that's probably the wisest advice. Don't say anything negative to yourself. Tell yourself today about all your qualities that you love about yourself.
I find that I often compliment people. I'm a talker. I think any of you who know me know that.
Oh, me too. Even when I'm at a grocery store standing in line, I try to let people know. I compliment them even on something strange, because sometimes you can tell people are having a bad day.
Well, and you never know what people are going through, and I know you all hear this all the time, but I think there's constantly big reminders about that's not, you just really don't know. Like we talked about in the other video with Tiff, I didn't know that when she went to bed at night, she had, this terrorizing nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, every night, because of my MS, it's such a questionable disease, and I'm definitely a person that wants to have have control of my thoughts and my body. And with MS, you could wake up blind with your legs not moving. I mean, there's a million things in my body, and so every night when I go to sleep, I have horrible, terrifying dreams, just so stressed out. Sometimes I don't want to go to sleep just in case I can wake up and there's something wrong, but I'm working through it.
I think so. To kind of bounce off of that, last night I woke up at like 2 a.m. to go pee or whatever, and I saw that you had texted me, and it was like 12:03 a.m. and you were like, I'm laying here going to bed thinking about how we filmed that first video. And it just made me it just made me so happy, because I thought maybe she's going to bed smiling tonight instead of the nightmares.
I couldn't go to sleep.
Oh.
But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wreck down that thought.
Yeah.
But after I did that, I couldn't go to sleep. I watched some TV, and I tried not to dream.
Yeah. I think that each one of us is made beautifully and wonderfully. I really do.
Yeah, and as speaking of self-image, I mean, I know for me, I've mentioned that MS has broken me down as far as my self-image goes. But these compliments that I do get from my daughter and my family about being strong and stuff, that's what's keeping me going.
And she's almost 40. I like to bring that up any chance I can.
Oh, any chance she gets. I don't feel 40.
I don't either. All right.
So, all right, guys. So, challenge. We have 3 of them.
Oh.
I want you to compliment a stranger. I want you to compliment someone that you love, that's close to you, and I want you to compliment yourself.
Yes. And tell us what they are.
Yes, if you want, I would love to hear from you and hear about these experiences. And we appreciate you guys being, part of our voyage and our chats. And subscribe, please, so we can, keep going.
Keep having a good time.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, everyone.